The Great Wall of Echuca. From the air, it's impressive. The 2.5 kilometre levee, a testament to the workers who've been going round the clock to save the town. Or at least most of the town, because on this side of the Great Wall are the homes and businesses that will hopefully be protected by this levee. But on the other side are about 60 homes and families who've been left on their own.
They just said, we're really, really sorry, but to save a lot, we have to not sacrifice, but to lose a few.
Kerry and Nicholas Dean's home is one of the few.
We've become the sacrificial lambs out here, so it hurts. It really hurts, from being active members of a full community to being outcasts that are just left to their own demise. Really breaks your heart.
These sandbags, all that stands between them and the impending floodwaters. How distressing would it be to see that, see the water come?
Oh. We didn't have to be put in this predicament.
Authorities standing by their decision.
That came about as a result of the incident controller working with the Catchment Management Authority, local government, Victoria Police and others. The option that you've now seen on the ground there is the option that was preferred by all of those agencies.
You put something like this here, it causes a bottleneck and it hurts someone somewhere else. They're going to suffer in Moama because this is going to change where the floodplain goes.
Over the New South Wales border in Moama, the slow creep of the floodwaters grows more ominous by the day.
As the day's gone on, the panic sets in more. Very overwhelming, a lot of emotions. I reckon I cry about 10 times a day, but that's just natural.
Bianca Hearn sent out a social media SOS to help protect her family's holiday park. 78-year-old Bev and 80-year-old Barry among the army of sandbaggers to answer the call. What's made you want to come out today and help?
Because I love up here. I'll get emotional. And I wanted to help. Yeah, because we love it and I want to help. I don't like seeing it like this.
In an unwelcome development today, locals have been warned the revised flood peak will now coincide with heavy rainfall on Friday and Saturday. Communities like Moama and Echuca will need all the help they can get.
So we pray to God that it'll be all right. I've been telling my mum and dad, don't have so many showers up there. Stop having showers. Just something.
Well, another community in the firing line tonight is Kerang in Victoria's north, where Georgie is at the main bridge out of town now. Georgie, the window's closing for Kerang locals to get out. Why the deadline?
30 minutes, Carrie. That is the time frame that locals have if they do want to leave Kerang. And as you can see behind me, the time is of the essence, because you can see that the Loddon River here has just risen to such a great height that the Patchell Bridge, which is the main road in and out of Kerang, is likely to go under. That's what authorities are worried about. You can see that it's just the water is now lapping at the bridge itself. And this is normally a park behind me here. You can see that we're in the treetops right now, just to give you some perspective of that water and just how high it is, and it is moving at quite a pace as well. The bridge did go under in the 2011 floods, so locals are used to this. It was under for 2 to 3 days, but there are fears that because it is a slow-moving flood this time, that because of that, they could be isolated for anywhere between 1 week or 14 days, completely cutting off Kerang from the surrounding regions.
Georgie, in that story, we all just saw those heartbreaking scenes when people found out which side of this pop-up wall their property would be on. I mean, we can understand why a decision is made like that, but it must be so devastating for the people that end up on the wrong side.
It's heartbreaking, Haim. We talk to so many residents who unfortunately are among those 60 or so homes that are on the wrong side of the levee, and they just feel abandoned. There's this sense of hopelessness there. There's a sense of that they've been left to fend for themselves, and it's also created this awkward divide between their neighbours, because just straight down the street you've got one house which is going to be hopefully fine, and then on the other side they're looking over to their neighbours and seeing just the predicament that they are in as well. We also know that in terms of the communication, some members of the community haven't been too happy with that. They've been left to door knock their neighbours and let them know, because if some people haven't been able to get to those meetings, they weren't aware that the levee was even going to go up, let alone that they were on the wrong side of it. And some of the residents now are talking about a class action too, because there's little doubt, if not any doubt, that their homes will go under in the next couple of days.
And more bad news for Echuca, which is now facing twin threats of heavy rain and rising rivers. What's changed?
Unfortunately for residents, Rach, we're looking at the culmination of a couple of different events. So the flood peak, the Murray, is set to now peak on Friday, and because of that, we are also now cautious of the weather system that is moving and expected to hit, especially in Echuca and the surrounding areas on Friday too. The Bureau is forecasting about 40 to 60 millimetres of extra rain. So as we've been reporting all week, we've seen the community efforts, the painstaking effort that has gone into sandbagging, to building that levee, and unfortunately, given the timing of all of these things, those efforts and measures may go to waste or could even backfire, because you've created essentially roadblocks for none of that water that is set to come to drain back into the Murray. So things are about to get really quite bad, and it's this eerie sense, especially in Echuca, for the residents, because it's sunny skies, there's clear skies, and yet there's this impending sense of doom. And because of that, I think it's this sustained level of stress that's really getting to the residents. There's still such a great community effort, but you talk to them and you ask how they are, and they just burst into tears, because it's just been days and days of this now, and unfortunately there's some really tough days ahead.
Right, Georgie, well, stay safe. Thanks so much.